Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Football Talk. And in this one, your boy will be reacting to new College Football 26 gameplay. Now, in my first video that I uploaded today, I briefly talked about that I may react to the EA gameplay one, but I figured I just react to the Eric Weathers one. I did watch the EA one on my own, and it was really cool to see. Don't like that they gave Alabama all that damn love, but hey, it is what it is. So we're gonna see where Eric Weather we're gonna see his insight on the gameplay, and obviously he's played this early, so he's probably gonna give his 2 cents as well. Without further ado though, let's jump right into this.
EA Sports just dropped the early look gameplay for College Football 26. It's a game between Ryan Williams and YouTuber Bordeaux. They played a couple of games
Shout out to Bordeaux.
I guess a week or so ago. So they put the clips on YouTube, and we're going to kind of break it down. Here we could see showing a little bit of the Alabama run out really quickly, and then they hop into the game. So I'll be commenting over it, giving my thoughts. For certain parts, I'll let the developer speak, because during this video,
yeah, it was cool to see hear a developer speak on things.
I'll just let him explain it as he's doing in the video, but everything else I'll just kind of comment over. Also, I will be having my own exclusive gameplay very soon, so make sure to subscribe, turn the bell icon on. I got a ton of great stuff coming later this week that you're not going to want to miss. So here we're just seeing them kind of airing the ball out a little bit. We know it's going to still be an offensive game. Here, Bordeaux with the actual
that's how it is in real life.
Defense, and you're going to have to.
That was a good bait right there by Bordeaux, though,
because it's not going to be easy to get interceptions if your back is turned. The CPU won't do it at all, and even as a user, I've found that it's kind of hard.
Which I like to see. I did see some people say, "Oh, that's they don't like it," and stuff like that.
SWAT, and he actually bats it into the arms of his other defender. I do think the SWAT button is going to be a much bigger deal this year in the game, just because there's going to be situations
I can
where those
definitely
picks
see
just
that.
aren't as guaranteed as in the past. So those deep one-on-ones, you're going to want to go for a SWAT over a pick, in my opinion. Here, we could see Bordeaux with Tennessee trying to get the option going. It worked earlier, but there, good gap integrity as they shut it down. They did do a lot of work with run defense and making sure that the gap integrity was more sound this year. So you're going to be able to defend some of that outside stuff a little easier than you could last year if you're playing the right defense versus it. If you're not, you could still get cooked. And here, what a dime.
Yeah, that was an absolute dime.
Crazy OG, do we got some new celebrations into the game, a new way to flex on your opponents?
Yeah, boy.
Don't tell Coach, because I don't know if he wants to see it. He wants you guys to come back to the sideline. You got to keep talking.
Yeah, Ryan came in down to the studio, so we got his stuff.
That's why I got to score. You got to let me score.
For the 2-point conversion.
But absolutely. The same, we got 20. We kept some of the ones that they really loved.
Here we got Bordeaux back on offense, taking a deep shot.
I mean, this was an absolute. Look at this.
Like the little animations that maybe you wouldn't.
I really do love the new throwing animations for quarterbacks.
Into these animations.
I love that you noticed that, and I think when you talk about the quarterback position, it's the iconic position in sports. You know, we called it quarterback revamp, and so everything from over the top to three-quarter to low three-quarter, it was pivotal that we made these look better. It had to look beautiful. It is the iconic position, so that also takes in context, right? So that's throwing on the run, throwing screen passes, throwing under duress.
And I really love the work they did with QBs this year. They did the same thing for Madden as well, but now the QBs, they just throw the ball more realistically. The releases and the different types of releases, types of throws.
That no look one was crazy.
They just look a lot
Florida
more
quarterback
this year, and I think that's really cool. Bad throw there from Ryan Williams.
Definitely a bad throw. He tried to lob it over
because of the bad pass.
We haven't touched on this yet, but talk to me a little bit about how quarterback height impacts your gameplay.
More than it's ever.
This right here, this is one of my favorite things. Now the height matters. So right here, 5'10", shorter quarterback. He's gonna have a tougher time with throwing over those taller defenders. I love this.
So everybody kept talking about, one, the games that were played up front, right, which we didn't have, which is stunts and twists. And it was getting the guy, what they would call, or some would call, getting him off his launching point. And then depending on size, how they collapse the pocket, we've never had that before. So now, if you got a 5'10" quarterback and a 6'6",
Bro,
guard,
look how small
right,
he looks. He's
to
5'10".
throw those. And so now, if you're trying to throw that, 5-yard, drag over the middle, and you're in sight line, now that's going to hit your accuracy.
Here we got Ryan Williams taking a deep shot. Bad defense by Bordeaux.
Very much bad defense.
You just can't keep up with the speed of a guy like Ryan Williams.
Changes that
and he has safety help.
Was how cornerbacks play wide receivers, the need for you to get your eyes around to a football to make a pick.
We coined it no eyes, no picks. That was it. Especially like if you're throwing a 9 route or that go route, you get
I absolutely love this. Look at the separation that Williams gets, by the way.
It's like unless he had a significant speed advantage, you wouldn't want to throw that ball. And then to your
look at
point,
this right here.
we coined the Willie Mays picks, and so we wanted to make those
boy, I ain't gonna lie, that was
those
nice.
hole shots that you can now throw back shoulder.
That was a nice catch animation right there.
For the defense to handle.
Here we got
I believe they
Bordeaux
showed it in
calls
the
for
first trailer.
He does not set up proper protection, and he gets annihilated.
So made no protection call, didn't slide it. You can change that now on the right stick. Flick right for a half slide right, or double tap for a full slide.
And Ryan Williams is going to wind it up. Another deep shot. Bordeaux couldn't get over there. Bad defense. You're seeing a lot of deep shots in this video. Something that was big last year. I mean, it's college football. You're going to still
that's how hey, you remember the Georgia game? They actually spoke about it briefly. That game, that was all. I mean, that was one of the craziest games I've seen.
Is a little tighter, and until people learn to go for those
I ain't
swats,
gonna lie, that's
you're
a
gonna get beat
nice
if you don't
pick
have the proper
animation right
defense
there.
out there. And here we've seen some picks go back and forth, both sides.
Yep.
I mean, Bordeaux throwing another pick. We know he likes to throw picks. That's my guy. But you know, he has a quick trigger with the quarterback. Sometimes you just got to know when to hold it and not.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Coverage. And here Ryan Williams is gonna score.
Hold on, let me go back. My boy, old boy was mad at him. Williams was mad. Look, you right here. This touchdown right here. This easy.
Sometimes you just gotta know
and he stepped out of bounds
and not force it into coverage. And here Ryan Williams is gonna score another touchdown.
Ryan Williams
taking the lead.
scored the touchdown.
Into game 2 that they played. This one they got Florida State going against Alabama. So we'll see if Bordeaux does better in this game. Going for the jet sweep, gets taken out. I did a video yesterday talking about this. The gap integrity is better this year. These jet sweeps not as easy.
A lot better.
Defending plays like jet sweeps were kind of a pain point. They were hard to stop last year. Is that something that players are going to notice a difference in this year?
Absolutely. We've done a lot there. All new coaching adjustments, but our run fits. Again, we brought in a lot, put in a ton of time and effort into that, and coverage in particular. And so things that should be stopped are stopped, authentically.
So yeah, they did a lot of good work this year in the trenches and the gap integrity, the run fits, all of that stuff. And you're going to find that, just trying to spam the jet sweeps or even options sometimes to the outside. They're not
which
just gonna be
I like that they made it so
time,
that you can't just spam that option play.
They're not going to work so easily. And that was just a
damn, 26 broke him down.
Come on, Bordeaux. I need you to make the tackle there.
I don't know if he
While
could.
most drivers go from point A to B, at BMW, we're all about point X. The BMW
was absolutely filthy. They had to put it on a replay because
it was. Look at this right here.
A bunch of times last year, so I can't knock them.
Can you go into the coach adjustments? Because we got some new coach adjustments, especially defensively this year. If you scroll down there, you've got different ways to play the option. You got different ways to play the RPO. And then what I love is down at the very bottom, different ways to line up your safety. So
I'm all coach suggestions to a certain extent.
This is one of my favorite features in the game. This is a real life, but you have like the flat alignment that I know Venables was really keen on back in his Clemson days. Run some of it in Oklahoma. You can bring your safeties up in the box now. You can set them 30 yards back. You can move them to the field. You can move them to the boundary.
I'm not a defensive guy, but this is still cool to see.
All you got to do is press
especially
L3
in coach adjustments.
Ryan Williams takes the snap here. He's been dialing up some big plays, and it looks like he's going for another one.
Yep.
That's another touchdown. He's using the revamped passing, which I think is the best system. It's the one I use. There are other ones that other people use, but I think you're going to get the best trajectory in the system. This is how you want
I think for online players, they mostly like the older way of doing things.
So that's what I like to use, and it makes sense.
At least from what I've heard
and
seen.
Now they're bringing up the auto subs here because of the wear and tear.
I really like the auto subs. You ain't got to go into a menu. You can just reset it with I think it's right stick up if I'm not mistaken.
One of my favorite new additions to the game this year. Just makes substituting your players in and out a lot easier.
He baited him.
So for stunts and twists, you can take any play, and then you just hold down that play call. That's it. So if it's 2-man under, say it's square, you just hold it. You'll get a drop-down menu, and you can pick from maybe like the 12 or whatever is applicable to that front, right? Not all of them have that basically full coverage in that way because you're going to maybe have more
any
with
play, I'm
four.
going to be able to add some stunts and twists and change how my D-line creates pressure.
Absolutely. And then if you don't feel comfortable there or you want to call it in pre-play, it's in the pre-play menu as well, which is awesome.
I'm curious to see how the stunts and twists are going to play out this year. I'm hoping nobody finds anything too crazy with them, but who knows? I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out. Here's another deep shot, and it's Ryan Williams himself again. I mean,
once again,
I don't know. Bordeaux's just playing really aggressive defense. He's not really getting his guys back there, and that's a huge play.
Which talks about some of those
you can't be too aggressive against these guys.
Tackles. You talk about some of those catch point animation, some of those hit sticks.
That was a good tackle. That was a good hit stick right
control
over the middle. God!
With everything that we do. And then when it comes to hit sticks and wear and tear,
I just got finished watching helmets popped off.
It's getting me blown up.
And that's really another thing about the game that's going to stand out. I think the quarterback stuff for me is the stuff that stands out the most, the way they throw the ball.
Another one.
And stuff like
Another
that.
one.
But the tackling,
ooh, dropped it right in the butt. Okay, boy,
a lot of bigger hits, a lot of mid-air hits and things like that. I mean, man, he's getting crazy here on offense.
Oh my
but he
God.
throws a pick again. Like I said, he's just too trigger happy sometimes. Sometimes you got to know.
Like, what is he looking at? Do you need my glasses? Here.
We'll see if he can make a comeback. It looks like it's 21-16. Ryan Williams with the ball rolling out. He's trying to make a big play, and he's going to throw a pick. Bordeaux gets one back, pulls off the spin
Literally,
move.
the spin
Bordeaux a
move.
bunch of times. That guy likes to spin. What a pick six. And now,
hey, I used to spam the spin in Madden 20.
That is one of the new animations. That's one that the ball would kind of just fall into the ground before the quarterback actually held on through that tackle.
Yes, all those,
I like
all
that.
Those things can be picked, and a lot of times they'll just eat it.
Bordeaux might get him a dub here, but he is pressing. I don't think he meant to press here. He's getting back, and he gets beat over the top again. We've seen so many deep shots. I think a lot of people are going to like this. Some people might not, but those one-on-ones, you can get them this year.
Nah,
if
that
you
was
get
a
just a little bit of
crazy
space,
catch.
and there's a dot from
oh my
for a touchdown.
goodness, that was a dot.
Because you can't get those basket interceptions. If you don't go for the swat or get in range to swat, you can make those plays this year. So
kiss the baby good night.
It's going to be another offensive game for sure. But the defensive upgrades, I think, are going to help with some of the annoying things like the jet sweeps and stuff that were just too easy to run. You're going to be able to control those more this year. But if you're not...
Okay, this was a good one right here by Bordeaux. I remember this.
You're going to get beat over the top. Now, if you want to know more about these new gameplay mechanics...
Okay, shout out, like I said, shout out to Ryan Williams, shout out to, like, the Alabama coach and I believe the Alabama star safety, shout out to Bordeaux. My goodness, man. But some of the decisions that he makes, it's like he's picking up the game for it's like he's playing a football game. I mean, period, for the first time. But this looked really good. I love the quarterback, like the quarterback animations and stuff like that, and like them actually how they really throw. Like I really love that. Revamp passing like they did last year. I actually like that system. I think it's pretty cool. You can get you on some dots over the middle. Speaking of over the middle, that tackle animation, ooh, that looks so good, man. Oh man, it looked fun to me. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this. Love you guys and see you guys in the next one.